I'm just enjoying my Sunday in bed and drinking some chai tea. Listen, Yo Yo, my girl Yo Yo, sis, I love Yo Yo. That's the little sister I always wanted. Okay? And I hope my sisters are listening. You know, you guys fumbled the bag with me. You should have been way more. I'm just playing. I'm just playing, but for real, I love Yo Yo. She's so supportive, and I love her vibe, and I love my sister's vibe too. I love those ladies so much. They get on my nerves, but I love them. But yes, guys, if you missed it, oh, go check out the replay. Our live was on and cracker lacking. Okay, we did the doggone thing last night. It's the last live on my page. We did a panel, Yo Yo and I, and it was about single life versus married life. And we just ran the whole gamut of what's acceptable, what are the boundaries, what are non negotiables for single people and married couples. And when I tell you the chat just ate it up, they loved it. They loved being able to engage in that type of discourse. And me and Yo Yo, we are going to be doing a lot more lives like that. So look forward to that. We'll get all the details worked out as to what days we'll be doing them, how often we will be doing them, and the time. So we can have something going that's a little bit regular for you all. Um, but yes, we did it pretty late. We did it pretty late. 10 o'clock Pacific time, 1 a.m. Eastern. And you know what? The super chats were coming in, the comments were going up. People enjoyed it so much, they stayed up with us. And that's what I loved about the whole night or morning. It showed me and Yo Yo that we make a good team. Number one, she has her opinions, I have mine. We don't think alike. First of all, we're in different decades. Yo Yo is a little younger than me, more than a little younger. She's younger than me, but she's still smart as a whip, and she can hold her own with the best of them. Anyway, she's a great conversationalist. I like that she knows how to speak her mind and communicate, and people love her. People love her. People love hearing her talk. Yo Yo did a live yesterday where she took her following along with her and they spent the day with her. I think she may have started at like 11 a.m. And I was one of those people. I was editing content, cooking, spending time with my grandchildren, and I was coming in and out of the live. But I think she may have did it for like 8 or 9 hours. And each time I came back, I saw lots of the same people. So that just lets you know when you are able to um, not just have supporters, but have people that really are invested. Because it's one thing to have supporters, right? They'll show up for you, they'll send super chats, but when they're invested in you, they're going to stick around for 8 hours. So, yeah. What's good, Money Getter? How are you doing this morning, Sherry? I hope you are having a great Sunday, as am I. What's good, Cancer 66? Money Getters are in the building, as my NY people say. And Joshua, yes, my love, you are first today. How are you doing? I hope you're having a great day. I hope you guys are all enjoying your Sunday. I've already read my Bible. I went to bed after 1. I think our live ended after 1. And like I said, check it out. Let me make sure I give you guys the right title. It's the last live that we did, the last live stream. So you should be able to go check it out. You can check it out on my channel or Yo Yo's channel. You can check it out go to her channel for half the time and come to my channel for half the time and support us both. How about that? Or, whichever you prefer. But, supporting her is supporting me and vice versa. So let me go to the live so I can make sure I give you the right title. And, well, it's got me and Yo Yo's face on it, so you're going to see it anyway. Um, Single versus married. You fell asleep listening to. I know it was a long one. We're gonna try to. Well, I would like for us to try to in the future do it a little bit earlier, just so that we can accommodate more people and have even more people in the chat. That's what I would like to do. So, but thank you for tuning in. I appreciate everybody who still hung out with us. Peachy was in there. Mama Three. Mama Three is always holding me down. Who else? Allison. Niche. Nisha was in there with us. You know. Oh, you was up at 4 a.m. No problem, Cancer 66. You know, you guys are always there to support us. And we understand people have lives outside of YouTube. Shoot, we have lives outside of YouTube as well. Um, but I enjoy doing the lives. I'm going to be honest, the lives don't make a lot of money. They make peanuts compared to the uploads. So that's why I'm going to start doing more uploads. But like right now, and I want you guys to help me figure this out. Like right now, I just had a thought occur to me in my mind, and I talked to my mother about this decision I wanted to make because I am getting older, and I want to make prudent decisions for myself, right? So I wanted to buy a Louis Vuitton bag. I've never had a Louis Vuitton bag, right? I want to buy one for my retirement present to myself. Now, another retirement present to myself was taking my children to Houston. We decided, well, one of my daughters has a friend there, and I said, okay, well, why don't we all go? We were going to go to Houston, and we're also going to go to Hawaii. Problem is, your girl don't want to get on the plane. But I promised my children, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I just gotta get my wits about me, right? But my children are also saying, well, Mom, let's get a new refrigerator and stove. And the refrigerator and stove, they're a few years old, but they're still working. They're still in good condition, but they can be updated. Right? So if you update the appliances, right? Then you gotta paint, you gotta, because why would you have new appliances and not paint your kitchen and not clean your cabinets and inside out? You want everything to look brand new, right? So that's a conundrum I'm having. Do I want to buy myself a $3,000, well, the purse, the wallet? I saw earrings, and I also saw, not saw, I put it in my shopping cart already. So right now I have earrings, a bracelet, and I have a bag and a wallet inside of the shopping cart. There's Sage. Sage was hanging in there with us last night. Sage, did you just get off work? Hey, Tasha. Tasha, you missed us last night. Next time we do it, I'm going to tell Yo-Yo, let's do it a little earlier because I know our day ones, our biggest supporters, they want to be able to join us as well. And watching a replay, that's awesome and that's great. But when you do a live, especially a panel, people want to get in on the action as it's happening. You're off today. That's what's up. And look at you up bright and early with me. Guys, I went to bed like 1 o'clock and I was right back up at like 4. Mind you, the previous night I was up at 2. So last night I was already in a deficit. So I'm in my bed right now. And my children are requesting to go places today. And I already know I do not feel like doing any of it. So hopefully I can get Raven, get out of here. Hopefully I can get out of this house this weekend. I don't want to go anywhere, guys. Listen, leave it up to me. I'm a homebody. I'll stay home. But I got these teenagers and they like to get outside. So, you got to keep kids fed, water. And here's another child. Here's my granddaughter.
Hi, Grandma.
And the other one right behind her. Hey, baby girl. Hold on, guys. Sorry, y'all. Thanks for hanging in there. You know what, Fried Pickle? I cannot help you. Let me go ahead and put user in timeout 24 hours. Come back when you get some sense. I don't like all that stuff on my page. Don't come to my page playing. Because if it's that serious, you would not be on my page. You would be calling 911. Stop playing. I don't like all that troll stuff. Y'all play too much sometimes. For real. Absolutely, Tasha. I saw you. I saw your comment. I haven't really went through the comments. I like to give thoughtful responses, so I'll be responding to it in a little bit. Plus, I got the peach patchers over here in my comments going up on me about my last peach video. Like, you guys love peach so much. If you're a peach patcher listening to this, why don't you start your own fan club or something? That would be more fruitful for you than coming to my comments like you're doing the opposite of supporting her. You're actually helping me to make money by engaging in my comments. What you're actually doing is rewarding me for the behavior that you don't want. Don't you get that? Hey, Bacon has Riz. What's up? Putrid Peaches is right. Putrid, I can't even say it. Putrid Peaches. Hey, Peachy, good morning. I was just talking about you joining the live last night. Listen, we went up, Peachy. Peachy, with that beautiful, soft, tantalizing voice of yours. I know you're recovering. And I also want to talk to you about that, Peachy. If when you feel better, if you have the time, can you please email me? Uh, um, I know that right now you have your own thing going on, but me and you have something similar going on right now. So if you have time, when you feel ready, if you're available, I just want to pick your brain a little bit and also let you know that I am praying for you and um, I hope everything is doing better. And I know that God will keep you. You're such a good person. But yes, definitely when you feel up to it, please join us on the panel because I already know you're going to add something that's just so lovely to the panel. Yo Yo and I feel like we do great together. As I was saying, she has her opinions, I have mine, and you know, I like that. You know, I don't like to have the same opinions as others. I've always been like that. You know, that's why people don't like me. People don't like me because I'm always saying shit. My grandmother actually told me that. She said, "You know what, Charity? You always think you know something." Because I told her, I think I said this on here before. I said, "Grandma, you guys live in a landlocked state," and she was like, "What's a landlocked state?" Now imagine my grandmother is 90 years old, an educator, and very, very smart, very intelligent. And for her, she had never heard that terminology before. And so when I explained it to her, and then she thought about it, she said, wait a minute, we don't have beaches here where I live. And so she looked at me and she said, Charity, that you always think you know something. And she laughed. She didn't say it to be mean or anything, but she was just saying that, I'm always trying to be ahead of the curve, right? So yeah, but I like to do that. I like to debate, healthy debates. Sometimes they can get a little, they can get a little spicy. That's okay. I'm not afraid of that, but I think no matter what, it should always be respectful. And everybody in the comments was very respectful. Everyone said if they disagreed with me, they were able to state how they disagreed and why they disagreed. No one was in the chat getting upset or getting mad and emotional over the topic. So it went really well and I enjoyed it and I want to do it much more. Hey Deborah Ray, good morning. How are you? Peachy says you and Yo-Yo are a dynamic duo. I agree. I agree. And she said, is that a yes? You'll come join us one evening? I hope so. Thank you, Bacon, for the compliment. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, it was great fun last night. And guys, because they met the super chat goal last night, I got to give you guys another live tonight. Don't think that I forgot because I did not forget. And I was just coming up in my head, like, what do I want to talk about tonight? And I think I got it. I'm going to share with you all my experience of finding out that this guy that I really thought I liked was getting married. He was actually engaged, honey. We were, honey, I'm going to give you guys that live tonight. So thanks to everybody who helped me to meet my super chat goal. You guys are getting another live. It's going to actually be my first story time. So I'm going to put it all together tonight and we're going to talk about it. We're going to do it like 9 p.m. Pacific time when all the children are hopefully asleep. And so be ready for that tonight. I'm going to do it tonight. I'll probably put up I'll do a thumbnail and all of that when I get off this live, and then I'll put it up so that you all can hit the notification button or whatever. And if you join, great. If you watch the replay, that's great as well. But yeah. And for me, it's like new territory. Telling my business on social media. I'm a very private person. I'm not that type of person at all who comes on and shares different things about my life. But at the same time, I feel like if it's funny, if it's a story that others may resonate with, if it's something that I can bond with my other sisters with, then that's cool too. People are going to think whatever about you anyway. Either people will love you or they will hate you. They won't like you no matter what you say or do. And if people like you, they will like you no matter what. So you can't really do anything about that. And I'm too old to care about if what people will do with what I give them. I used to be really concerned about if I say this about myself, then people will feel like they have one up on me, or what will people do with that information. But I don't give a care. I don't care what people do with what I shared willingly. I don't care what you do with it. You know, do you? G My Money Getter, what's good? G My Money Getter, you missed the live last night. I would have thought you would have been up, but I guess you were asleep. Get your popcorn ready, Sage. We're going up tonight. I'm giving all of the details, Mama. You might not want to be there for that. I'm going to tell you right now because I'm going in. I'm going to tell the whole story about this little midget that that tried to play on my top, y'all. And I had enough nerve to be trying to fall for him which is crazy. Not my type at all. Not He was too short for me in so many ways. I'm going to tell you guys all about that. And then he wasn't intellectually my equal. I play myself. But I'm going to save those details for later. So, grab your glasses of wine, your whatever you're going to drink on, and be ready. Right, we're grown. What's good, M3? There's my boo. There's my boo, Mama 3. How are you doing today? I appreciate you so much for holding me down always, M3. Like you're the best. How are you and Jackson doing this morning? I hope you all are well. You're short, Sage. I thought I was 5'4" all my life. Like, I remember always being 5'4", and I thought that women stopped growing like 2 years after their cycle started. But I guess I got taller because my daughter, I took her for a physical this week, and she's 5'4". My youngest baby girl, she is 5'4", and she is shorter than me. So I don't know. I think next time I go to the doctor, I'm going to ask them to take my height for me because they said I was 5'6", and I'm like, I'm not 5'6". But then it checks out too because, like, I'm a big girl, and I'm able to. Well, for a long time, I was able to carry a lot of weight really well, and I think that's because I'm taller than I thought I was. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about your grandmother. I'm sorry. That's right. Your grandmother did have an incident last night. Prayers to your family, and I hope all is well. I know all will be well. How is she doing in the hospital, M3? Peachy says she would definitely be ready. I know that's right. I'm going to be doing a story time on my own. Hey, the 5Gs, how are you doing today? Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday, everyone. But I was asking my mother, and she was like, well, I was telling her this morning, I was saying, I want to, I'm retired now. So when you retire, you have a particular budget, right? Same amount coming in every month. Now, unless I do other things, that's my budget. Now, I do other things, and I do have a couple of different sources of income, but still, I want to make sure that I'm being a steward over my money. So I don't feel like I should buy a whole bunch of luxury goods and different. The old me would have said, okay, I have the money is there. I can buy a new, I can buy a new stove, a new refrigerator, and I can buy this bag that I want. But in my mind, it should be one or the other. What would you guys do? Would you buy the new Louis Vuitton? Because I always said, well, for a long time, I just bought like a Michael Kors because that was in fashion, or I would buy a Kurt Geiger or something like that. Because I felt like, as a mom of teen girls who needed to make sure, a single mom at that, who needed to make sure that my girls were more than straight, right? That I always felt like, even when I had the money, even when I had thousands sitting in the bank, I still didn't feel like I should buy that type of a bag. I just felt like, I didn't want to spend a few grand on a bag when anything could happen and I could need that money for something. Anything always can happen, right? And then I also feel like, why do you want that bag? I asked myself that, like, why? What do you want a Louis Vuitton for? So I'm exploring that. And then it's like, okay, the last time I bought a new refrigerator, like and my kids didn't do this, but I think one of my friends I let her come over with her kids, and they broke a shelf. Or the kids get to slamming something, or, it's a ding on the refrigerator. Like, I just feel like, okay, the refrigerator and the stove, I feel like they should last 10 to 15 years. But at the same time, I can stand to update my appliances. I don't know. What would you guys do? Good morning, Elevated. How are you? We went up last night. We didn't get a lot of men in the chat last night, you know? And so I want to go a little earlier next time because I like being able to debate with the men. I like being able to make Elevated mad. Elevated be like, oh no, absolutely not. I be talking too much mess. All right, notification, you're out of here. That's the thing now. There's family drama because they expect her to jump on the plane and forget her job and home. Who, your mom? They want your mom to just go out there. It is always something, unfortunately. It really is. So much so that I was at the grocery store and I was talking to the manager. And where I live, I've been for some time. So people in the local stores and things like that, they know me pretty well. So I know this guy, and he was just telling me how they recently got a raise, but now they're not going to have courtesy clerks. So that means that although they're getting more money, they have more work to do. And I was just like, this world is changing for the worse. And I've never felt like that in my life. I always felt like really optimistic, and I'm not jaded. I just know that that's how life is, right? But I don't feel hopeful for my children's future. And I don't know if anybody else feels like that, but yes, I guess it's just the vicissitudes of life. Things happen, things occur. So, and you just got to take the good with the bad, right? But yeah, it is always something, and it just gives us another reason to trust in God, to pray in God, and put all our hope and faith in Him. Because sometimes a lot of the times, most of the times, there's nothing that we can do but pray, right? And I said this to you the other night, and I didn't say it to be dismissive, M3, and I'm not saying it now to be dismissive or to just gloss over what you and your family are enduring in this moment. And I know that when people told me that, oh, pray about it, my mom used to say, pray about it. I don't care, pray about it. And I'd be like, that's so dismissive. Don't you think I'm already praying? Don't you think I'm already trusting God? And I get mad at my mother when she said that. But really, that's all I really could do, because me worrying about it or me harping on it wasn't going to change it. And there's been times when the doctors have said things or people have given their opinions, and none of that worked. The only thing that helped my situation or changed things for me was to really just say, you know what, God, I'll give it to you. Every time I've done that, every last time I've done that, every last time I've taken my hands off of a situation, every last time I've truly given a situation to God and prayed and asked Him for something, He's always come through. So that's why I talk like that, from that experience, not from a sense of, well, let's pray about it. I don't believe that I'm praying to a false God. I don't believe that I'm just saying words in the wind. I believe wholeheartedly in the power of prayer. So I am praying for your family. You would buy what you need and then buy what you want, M3. Listen, I don't need a new stove or a new refrigerator. I don't need a new one. I would like a new one. I'm an appliance girly as well. I love new updated appliances. And these are not really old. They're not really old. Let me ask you guys this. When do you replace your appliances? Do you replace them because you want to change your kitchen around, you want to change the look around, or do you replace them because they are broken or in need of repair and you just want to get a new one? Why would you replace your appliances, especially if they're still in working order? What would you replace them if you didn't need to? Peachy, as soon as I seen your post yesterday, I pray for you and will continue to do so. I will do the same, Peachy. How bad are the appliances needed? You know what? Now that we're talking about, guess what? Well, guess what's going to happen? Since we are talking about it, since I am mentioning it, guess what's going to happen? They're going to go out. One of them or both of them are going to stop working. I fear just because I'm talking about it and putting it out in the atmosphere, what will happen is they one or both will break down or something, and then I will need to go buy one anyway. Isn't that how life works? Isn't that how life works? Buy what you need first, and if you don't miss what it costs for that bag, get it. If not, let that bag be, cousin. I think I'm going to let it be. I have a lot of things that are much more important than that's on the horizon that are much more important. And I think that's probably why I'm really just thinking about it anyway. I have much more pressing matters that are way more relevant than appliances or a purse right now. And I don't know, am I getting older, guys? Am I getting older? Am I getting wiser? Cancer 66 says I'd get the bag you want. M3 says she loves appliances, so I will still buy whatever appliances. Sage says buy good used appliances. You know what? I think when I first got my first apartment and I moved from an apartment to a house in California, now there's a law. Now there's a law. So if you are a homeowner in California and you have rental properties, this is relevant for you. You have to make sure that your property has appliances in them. You used to could get away with that, right? And most residences, most rental properties had the stove, but they didn't have refrigerators. So when I first moved from an apartment to a house, I had to buy a refrigerator, like last minute. You know, you already have the expenses that go along with moving anyway, right? So then I also needed a refrigerator, and I think I bought a used refrigerator, and I also needed a washer and dryer. So those are the appliances that I needed. So I bought them used, and um, I think the refrigerator went out in like less than 2 years. The washer and dryer, I knew someone who sold washer and dryers, and I didn't pay a lot for them, but I think I swapped them out like 2 or 3 times, and then when I moved again, then I just started buying brand new things. And so, and that's when I found out my love for appliances. I bought a brand new deep freezer, refrigerator, washer dryer set, and I bought a new stove and all of that. And I really loved them. Um, Washer and dryer, I don't play with those because you need washer and dryers, right? You need all those appliances for sure. My deep freezer just recently went out, and not only did it go out, I had like, it was filled to the brim with meat. And when I tell you, it went out this summer, guys. And when I tell you, I had to pay the I had to pay the trash guys to come in and take it out. And when they lifted the lid, they was like, "Girl, I know you lying." Okay, so I was like, "Get it out of here," because my worst fear was that it would, maggots would result. And I just was praying, and it didn't happen because, due to the heat, the raw meat. And I decided I never want another deep freezer again. because all I was doing was just packing food in there and packing food in there, and I would never cook it. So I was like, okay, I don't need a deep freezer. So I didn't replace that. But I've had to replace my washer and dryer set 3 times. These new washer and dryers are boo boo. And each time when I buy appliances, I just always get like a what do they call it? Um, an extended warranty. I always buy that. Always buy that for your appliances. I know it can increase the cost by a couple $100, but if you do it, then like what happened with me, I think I bought my washer and dryer in 2020. By 2023, just 3 years later, guys, 3 years later, um, it needed to be repaired. But thankfully, I bought a 5 year warranty. So because they didn't have the parts, I was able to get a brand new washer and dryer again. So the one I have now is like 2 years old. I did a video about it too. But yes, suffice it to say, I buy brand new washer and dryers with warranties because, and my grandma, that old lady is cheap. But one thing she does not play about is her appliances. Sherry, you remodel then replace and sell the old ones. I could do that. I could sell the old ones. I could do that. I could do that, but I'm a snob about my appliances. I'm not even going to hold you. If I go into Best Buy and I see and I get to opening those refrigerators and I see, I'm not going to care how much it costs. So I'm going to want the best refrigerator and the best stove. It's going to get crazy. So I don't know. I think I'm either going to buy, if I don't buy my purse, I'm not buying a washer and dryer. I mean, I'm buying a stove and a refrigerator. I'm not. I don't want a new stove and refrigerator. I want my purse. But if I don't buy the purse, if I'm a good girl and I don't buy it and I just wait until I make more money or something like that, because I'm going to get the purse, I'm just going to make more money first, then I'm not going to be looking at a new stove and a refrigerator that everybody can use. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm not claiming it, but that's how it happens, Peachy. Something will happen with the stove. Replace them when they don't work anymore. That's what you do, elevated. Wait till they go all the way out, huh? and then buy a new one. Hey Von Treese, thanks for tuning in. How are you this morning? That's what my mom says. She's doing praying about it since she really doesn't have others to just drop everything and go. It's gonna work out. Your grandmother will be fine. Your grandmother will be fine. Or what will happen is, everyone will come to a resolution and work things out. Usually, when people are in the thick of a situation, they get all emotional. And that's why it's good to just be quiet and be calm and just pray too, so that God can help you come to a resolution. Have you guys ever been in a situation like that where you didn't see your way clear? You didn't know how it was going to work out? That's how I was like 2 years ago when I needed to quit my job and I couldn't quit because I'm a single mother and I have children to raise. And everyone around me was telling me that I should do one thing. The professionals was telling me I had to do one thing. And I just knew it wasn't the right thing for me. And I knew I had to remove myself from that situation. But I didn't know how I was going to, be able to take care of me and my children. And God made away. I did way better in these last 2 years than I would have done had I been at work, right? So sometimes you just got to just sit back and chill and listen to that still small voice within you that's telling you to do something different, even if it's scary, even if it seems like there's no way in the world that issue will resolve itself. It will. It always does. It always does. Right, Sherry, we must stay prayed up and focused. Absolutely. Sage said we're not speaking that. Don't put that bad juju in the universe. They say after 15 to 20 years to replace your stove and oven. You know what, M3? I don't think these appliances last that long. That's like in the prehistoric days, right? When you could buy a refrigerator or a stove, or you could buy a washer dryer set, and it would last you until your kids were ready for college. These days, they don't make appliances to last that long. They intentionally make them to only last about 3 to 5 years. My grandmother and I, we had the same washer dryer set. Okay, and here I am, a mom of five. I think all my children were little at the time when I bought it. They were very, my oldest child was probably, excuse me, my youngest child was a brand new baby girl at the time. So when I got the washer and dryer, I was using it a lot because when you have a newborn, you wash practically every day, right? Oh my gosh. I just got triggered. Oh my gosh. Just laundry day in and day out, day in and day out. My husband would be like, please stop washing. Like, sit down somewhere, like, constantly washing behind these little girls. So it was, it was within reason that my washer dryer could go out, even though 3 years, in my opinion, was just way too short of a time to have a washer dryer. But my grandmother, it's just her and it's just her partner. And theirs went out too. And it did the exact same thing. So that lets me know they're doing something. They're putting some type of mechanisms in the appliances so that they don't last. Same thing that they do with the cell phone. Because why would they give us something or sell us something that would actually last, right? Long term. They're not going to make money off of that. They're not going to make money off of that. And then by the time you get them repaired, you might as well buy a new washer and dryer. Did I say hi to you, Deborah? Hi. How are you doing today? Shopper Girl says, Yuck. Yes, we do need appliances to keep our household moving. Exactly. Exactly. Happy birthday, Sanskar. Enjoy your day. What does the purse look like? I'm gonna post them on my community wall, and I'm going to post. I'm gonna post the refrigerator. I'm looking at the refrigerator I saw was. I'm gonna post the refrigerator that I want and the purse that I want with the wallet. The refrigerator that I want is 2,500. The stoves are a lot cheaper than refrigerators. The refrigerator I want is 2,500. I think it has all the bells and whistles. It has the French doors up top, and then it has the drawers at the bottom where the freezer is. Lots of shelves, guys. I'm talking top of the line. I think it even has that little screen. And if you guys have a refrigerator like that, let me know. Is it worth it? Because you go buying these appliances with all these bells and whistles and are not worth a damn. Okay? Like I said, I bought that washer and dryer with the touch screen and that you press these buttons and it go ding 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 and all that different stuff. It has a clear top. You can see inside, and it's supposed to only use just enough water, but they don't have agitators inside them. So you got little kids, right? And you need an agitator. You need a good washer dryer, right? Well, that first set that I got brand new, it barely got my clothes clean. And I spent thousands of dollars on that. So before I go out here acting like I'm that girl, like I gotta have the top of the line refrigerator, are those refrigerators worth the money? Reviews are always sketchy anyway, right? So you just never know. Right, same with the cars, Sage. Same with cars. I was saying Sanskar. Happy birthday. Did I say Sage? Oh no, that's Von Trees. That's right, Von Trees. Right, for that much it better do everything, including walk. Hey, Mama Top, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you caught me. Your new one didn't have a what? So yeah, that's my whole thing. I, you know how you go to the store and you forget if you have something or not. I think these refrigerators, you can look inside them and see what's in the refrigerator. I can't tell you how many times I'm like, do I have milk? Do I have enough eggs? And I think you can see what's in there. Then you can also put on the screen, like if you're out of something, you can write, you can type that into the screen. I want something like that. Or your new washer, it doesn't have an agitator. Yeah, and they have these big drums. Like the new washers are big for nothing, right? They have these big drums, like you can just fill them up, but you can't really fill them up. You can only fill them up halfway because the way the water flows in and out of them, that's how the clothes get clean, as opposed to with the agitator, it turns the clothes around, right? So in the new washers and dryers, the drum has to have enough room to manipulate the clothes. Is there any video? It's all black. Just not sure if my no. I don't have my video camera on this morning. I'm in my PJs, guys. I'm in my PJs at 11 o'clock. I'm doing good. How are you doing, Mama Tav? I hope you're doing great. So yeah, that's my conundrum this morning. Do I, be pragmatic and do the right thing and get? I wasn't even, to be honest, and mind you, I just bought new furniture. I just bought all new furniture this time last year. I bought a new dinette set, new couch. I'm tired of buying new things. And for my children to not just take care of everything. And I just got the house painted. I did the floors and all that. And now I feel like I need to do it all over again. I have a toddler grandchild who this summer she thought it was just so funny to just open up bottles of water and pour them all over the floor. And then I've noticed in my kitchen, there's an area that's just her height where it looks like she's just been taking her little grubby little hands and just been putting it all over my walls. And again, I just painted my kitchen. Maybe June. Maybe June. I just painted the kitchen. So I need to do it all over again. So moms with teens and toddlers in your house, how often are you painting? How often are you spring cleaning? Because spring cleaning doesn't just happen in the spring, right? Like I feel like I'm constantly doing haulaways with extra clothing, extra boxes from Amazon. Like I'm constantly doing this same thing, like at least 2 to 3 times a year. Like I just feel like my house is just always accumulating so much. I really need to move. I really need to move, really, because I've outgrown where I'm at now. You don't have kids, Sage? Girl, I would say enjoy, but I don't want to seem like I'm anti motherhood. But for real, enjoy your life because once you become a mother, if you have designs on becoming a mother, then it's all topsy turvy from there on out. It's all about your kiddos. And I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I don't think I mind being a mother at all and my life being all about them. I just really don't mind it. But at the same time, it's like, okay, girl, your life is all about these kids. Like you need a real life outside of them. But I don't mind that in this season and space of life that I'm in because I did the whole being married thing. I did the whole going to college thing and working thing and all of that. I did all that stuff and I'm kind of like settled in a season where I'm pivoting and making readjustments in my life anyway. So it's a perfect time for them to have me as a mom because I'm calm and I'm at peace right now, and I don't have a lot going on, and I can focus on my attention on them. I think that that's exactly what they need from me as their mother. But at the same time, if I do my job right, then they'll be moving on in the next few years, right? They'll be moving on to college and into creating their own lives outside of me. So I'm also cognizant of that as well. Like I need to have my own life, right? But if you're not a mom right now, you get to have that time right now to figure life out and to fall in love if that's what you have designs on doing, to create whatever life you want for yourself before you do go into motherhood. Like don't don't take that lightly, for real. I just purchased a washer and a dryer, and the whole time I was shopping for when I just said I wish I could just buy a simple washer and dryer. I'm tired of all the additions and electronics. Yeah, they call, what are they calling them? Smart washer and dryers. They're calling them high efficiency washer and dryers. They come up with all these new names for appliances. Look, it's just a stove. It's just a refrigerator. Like, can it keep the food cold like it's supposed to? But now that the stoves have griddles, they have all types of things that you can get, and they come with um, accessories. And with people coming online and showing off their stuff, they don't make it any better. Because if you look at who is it, Raising Cade's, and how she has that whole salad bar, and how she has her refrigerator set up, it's like, okay, I want that for me. I want my refrigerator stocked up like that. But I know my girls, they're not gonna keep it like that. Like we did that last year. We rearranged our cabinets and refrigerator. I bought all the extra plastic shelving and all that. I think they kept it like that for a month, and then it went back to normal. So yeah. Mama Top says, I'm tired of working to spend money on material. Well, that's one way to look at it, Mama Tav. But at the same time, like, what are we working for besides buying the things that we need, right? Our vacations and things like that. I just feel like I'm in the season, in the space where I feel like luxury goods are just pretentious, like they're unnecessary. Like what reason do I want it? Like other than saying I have it. Like why do I want that? Like a purse is a purse. Why do I need to have a Louis Vuitton purse? That's just how I feel. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I'll be 47 this month, so no, ma'am. Oh, okay, you Sage. That's right. You did say that last time. That's why you still look good. You don't have stress. You don't have the stress of motherhood. Sage said, no, ma'am, I am not having children. I know that's right. Good morning, Mulatto. How are you doing today? Happy Sunday, bro. I hope all is well with you. Her stays like that because they actually eat the food, so there's time to clean it in between. Right. I don't know how she does it. Right. I mean, her house is so clean, everything is so organized. Like, where does she find the time to get pregnant? You have to do stuff to get pregnant. Like, how are you getting pregnant with all those kids in the house? Like, where do you guys find time for that? Secondly, how do you have the energy to cook every day and to organize that doggone salad bar? Like that seems like a job in itself. Shopping for the things that go in the salad bar, restocking the salad bar, and chopping up all the fruits and vegetables that go in the salad bar, like Melanie. And you see how she's able to make that content and get all those brand deals and not have to shade her husband. And I'm being shady myself right now. But I like Melanie. Melanie has a little history, a colorful history. I think I'm going to tell you all. Well, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that to Melanie. But, sometimes you don't want to be, you don't want to put negativity out there. But if you know about Melanie, you know about Melanie. Okay? We all have a story to tell. But I think it's great that she's able to do this content thing and is able to supplement her husband's income. They get lots of brand deals. They get lots of trips and different things. And people love her. I like her. I think she's a beautiful woman. And she got all those kids and she's showing how. And for me, if you have 10, 11 children, you better be well organized. Because if you have 10, 11 children and your stuff ain't together, people are already looking at you crazy when you have more than 2 or 3 kids, right? But if you have 10 or 11, then you have to have them organized and you have to make sure that they are A1 because that's a lot of kids to have. I think what I'm saying is most people see that as irresponsible to have that many children. So if you have that many, I look at it like that. Hell, I feel like I was irresponsible with 5 kids. I'm not trying to rain on anybody else's parade. I'm talking about me. But I feel like if you have 10, 11 children, if you have that many, it's just like if you have, like I'm saying, if I'm going to buy a Louis, then I better have 10 times that amount in my bank account, right? That's just how I feel about it. That's just how I feel. And I'm not saying that I don't or I do. But in my mind, I'm like, okay, you can invest that money and elevate. If you're still here, what's the haps? What should I be investing in? I have somebody calling me this week to set that up. But I feel like if that's what I'm really trying to say, if you have, sometimes you just need to get a refrigerator and a stove. So even if you don't have the money, you have to get the money because you can't live without a refrigerator and a stove, especially if you have children. If you don't have children and it's just you can go eat out every day or you can do whatever you're going to do, right? But if you have a household full of children, you can't say, I'm not going to buy a stove and a refrigerator if you need one. So you got to make sure you have that. But if you just want to buy it just because you want to update your kitchen or whatever, then I feel like you should assess your finances and make sure that if you spend that few $1,000s doing that you don't that you won't miss it in the long term. And I feel like I won't miss it if I could buy the stove, the refrigerator, and the purse right now without missing it for for a while, right? I would be cool. But at the same time, it's like, do I want it that bad? Any of that stuff, do I want it that bad to where I don't want to just see my money sitting in the bank or sitting being invested somewhere? Like I feel like I can invest that money and potentially increase it and have even more money. I just feel like I don't want to spend my money on things that decrease in value. Although, and now I'm hyping myself back up to buy the Louis because a Louis holds its value, right? A Louis holds its value. Okay, I got it. I'm buying the Louis, guys. We made the decision. Thank you guys for helping me to talk myself into it because the appliances will decrease in value. The Louis, let me make sure, y'all, because I don't want to just be talking and saying stuff that's not true. Okay. Okay, I'm excited. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. Oh, why is my phone doing this? Okay. When she uses the barbecue, what does her husband do? I don't know what her husband does. Sage says, I rent so I make a phone call. She says she would make a phone call. I know that's right. Sage said, I'm going to, we can help. Let me look that up. Let me see. I'm going to Google that, but I know I read that somewhere. I know I read that Telfars, the Telfie bags, I hear that they hold their value. I don't know about now. I know that was a couple of years ago when Telfar bags, I think I'm saying it all right, saying it correctly, when they were hard to get, when you couldn't really get the color you wanted, but I don't know about now. Do Okay. So when it comes to Louis Vuitton bags generally hold their value well, with some popular styles retaining and even increase in value over time, making them a sound investment. It's an investment, guys. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. See, listen. Oh my gosh, you guys do not understand. I'm happy I don't have to think about this anymore. Like, I know this is helping somebody else out too. Um, Again, let me repeat that for you guys who didn't hear me. Yes, Louis Vuitton bags generally hold their value well, with some popular styles retaining and even increasing. I don't know how they wrote write that in value over time, making them a sound investment. This is due to the brand's strong reputation for luxury and quality, consistent high demand, and strategic inventory control, which fuels the pre owned market. Okay, that's excellent. You know, Drake, and I can't afford a Birkin. Maybe one day I will be able to. He buys Birkins. He has a whole Birkin collection. He says it would be for the woman he marries one day or whatever, but because they hold their value, he saw it as an investment. So he just has a collection of Birkin bags, but they hold their value as well. So when you can buy something, a luxury piece, because think about it, it's just like when you buy gold. And a lot of people don't like to buy gold, but gold is a very sound investment. Very sound investment. Because even if you don't wear it and you just kind of put it up, but I guess there's always the chance that it can be stolen, right? So you don't want that to happen. But I had a few pieces stolen from me recently. I don't even know if I just lost or whatever. I just lost another diamond ring somewhere in here. I think I put it away because my dream was over, and I didn't want her to like lose it or throw it somewhere. And I thought I put it away, but I haven't seen that ring since. You are the best wife. Your eyes are beautiful. Your lips. You know what? You guys are so weird. Like none of that, none of what you are saying is appealing to me. Like get off my page with that on this good Sunday. Okay, bye. Go somewhere else. But yes, you don't want to lose like your jewelry or whatever. So that's when it comes to invested in jewelry, that's the one caveat. If you have it in your house, there's always the chance that, your home could be burglarized or something like that. But, oh, and with diamonds, diamonds depreciate in value. But with gold, gold actually increases, and gold is so expensive right now. If you know, you know. If you have gold jewelry or whatever, you know that it actually increases in value. And shoot, if you need a quick few thousand or a few hundred or whatever, however much your jewelry is worth, then you can always go sell it, pawn it, or whatever. So gold is, actually a good investment. And of course we already know cars and things like that of that nature. And even real estate is topsy turvy, right? Um, so it's all topsy turvy, right? But people say, well, we're in a recession now. You need to save your money. Like we're always in a recession. We're always gonna do bad. We're always gonna do good. Life comes in seasons, right? Um, and you just if you're not making enough money, find a way to make more money. If your money is funny, it won't stay that way. It just won't. I have a friend who collects restored Dooney and Burke baths because they do hold value. I didn't know that about Dooney and Burke. I didn't know that about Dooney's. I will say this: all my Doonies and all my Coach bags and things like that, I always got them at a huge discount. So I don't know if I would buy one that was, that has been restored because I could buy one for half price or 75% off. Like, I'll just go to dealers and get me a bag when they're on sale. That's what I used to do. So, yeah. Yeah, you know what? I haven't splurged in a long time. Um, well, that's a lie. I have splurged. I'm always splurging on myself. I take good care of me. But, yeah, we'll see. I'm going to do a lot of thinking about it. Good morning, Smooth. We missed you last night. Where were you? No, I'm just messing with you, Smooth. We missed all of our guy friends last night. We went live pretty late, or shall I say early in the morning. But we like having you guys there because you guys provide a useful banter um, that helps the chats to become more engaging, right? I just I just like always hearing what the males have to say, you know. I think you guys make a lot of good sense as well. But what do you guys have planned? I'm about to get off of this thing um, and either take a nap or do something. But I do have to. My kids want to go to the park or to the lake, so I'll be doing that in a little bit. But outside of that, I know they took the night off. They were probably doing something better. They had something better in mind. That's what's good. They let the women have it. Yes. Yeah, we had a good time though. We did. I think Callie was the only one that was there. He hung out with us for a little bit, in between his squats. Callie does not play around. He's over there doing squat after squat. And I'm like, I think he did 200 squats the other night. And I bet he could have did 500. Not you. What were you doing? You were getting your sleep in, Smooth? Yeah. Wait a minute. Jazzy Jazzy North Move was, hanging out with us, so who knows what those two were up to. Let me leave y'all alone. Because we do get a live at the end of this month, right? An update. Now, I was thinking I was gonna tell Yo Yo this as well. Like, we need to be on the hunt for our next love connection. You know, I want to see if we can, make that happen. I would love to see a couple get married as the result of me meddling in their business. I would love to see that happen. I'm cleaning, washing, and gonna make green enchiladas, Spanish rice, and guacamole for dinner. Ooh, that sounds good. M3, I think that was you, M3. Was that you who made the carne asada tacos yesterday? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I have so much beef in my refrigerator, and my doctor said I can't have it anymore. So I got to get rid of the beef. I'm going to eat the beef. Okay. I'm going to eat this. I'm not going to not eat this beef. But yesterday I made carne asada tacos. I don't know if you guys have seen me make this before, but I use chuck roast steaks. And I was getting it from Stater Brothers before. And this time I got it from Vaughn's. Much better cut of meat. Like, it really matters where you buy your meat from. And Vaughn's Pavilion, they always they always have that grade A beef. Okay, so I got, and these chuck roast steaks. Maybe you guys have seen them before in your market where you live, but this is I've just started seeing them and buying them this over the summer. So I season those up. I sear them over in the pan, and then I put them in the oven. I didn't put any onions or anything. I just let it um, cook for a couple of hours, with the foil over the pan, and then I kind of shredded the meat into chunks, but not into really shredded meat. I don't like shredded beef like that, but I kind of like shredded it up into chunks. And when I tell you, my kids annihilated those tacos, We put cilantro and green onion, and we put a little salsa, a little limon. Oh baby, they were so good. I didn't even get the chance to like do a video or anything. They were so good. Make you some tacos, Sage. Make you some tacos. Those stores don't exist on the East Coast. Like, what type of stores do you guys have out there? Because when you say you don't have a Walmart, how come New York doesn't have a Walmart? Is it just not enough space there in New York to accommodate a store like that? And what kind of store do you shop at? You guys don't have supermarkets? Maybe it was Lily who made the tacos yesterday. Because I know Lily does a lot of cooking as well. Target, Stop and Shop, ShopRite. Where do you do your grocery shopping at, M3? Is it New York as a whole, or is it just the Bronx that doesn't have those grocery stores? Mm-mm. I'm trying to see. Okay. Who made those tacos? Now I want to see. Now I want to know who made them. Hmm. I guess I won't find out. I guess I'll never know. Never know. Mm. You better tell I treat you well. I will. I don't know who made those tacos. I seen it somewhere. Maybe it wasn't any of you all that I normally watch. I don't know. But I saw them and I was like, let me take that beef out of my freezer and let me go ahead and make some tacos. And that's what I did. I might not have even seen it on YouTube. I may have seen it somewhere else. New York as a whole. You guys don't have Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, none of that? Smaller ones too, Seatown, Food Bazaar, Fine Fare. I had carne asada tacos for lunch at my training for my job yesterday. Carne asada tacos, it's hard for those not to be good. It's hard for a taco not to be good. A taco is just good on face value, right? So if the taco doesn't taste right, it's like, if you can't make a taco, come on now. All you're doing is adding fresh ingredients to meat anyway. So how can a taco be bad? And that's not to say that I've never had a bad taco, because I've had bad tacos before. But usually when I have a bad carne asada taco, it's usually because the meat isn't tender. I can't stand tacos where the meat isn't tender. Like, absolutely not. I don't like tough steak. I had I compare prices sometimes are cheaper through Amazon Fresh, but I go to the meat market for meat. Yeah, we have WF and TJ higher end, like D'Agostino's. What is it? I've heard of D'Agostino's before. What is that comparable to? I've heard of D'Agostino's before. But guys, the natives are restless. The natives, meaning the Barbs, aka my children. So I'm gonna get off this thing and go be a mom and try to get me some rest before I go on this walk later on today. You guys have an excellent day. Thank you guys for chiming in. I appreciate you all as always. Now, what is WF and TJ, M3? Whole Foods and Trader Joe's. Got it. Got it. And you know what? I was bragging about the food at Trader Joe's, even though everything at Trader Joe's is processed and in a box. I knew I had no business going there. But honey, when I tell you my legs swelled up again from eating all that processed food, I had to give it up. And then I knew I had to give it up when I saw on the news that they had some type of bacteria growing in their food. So it's no more Trader Joe's for me again. So yeah, back to cooking my own food. You guys, much love, much prayer to everybody on here who has been diagnosed with an illness or who is the family member of someone who has recently been diagnosed with the illness. God is with you, and this too shall pass. Um, have a great Sunday and have a great week. Thank you, Von Treese. Have an excellent day, hon. Bye bye for now, guys.